knowing damn well how bad it hurts to expose yourself. Someone's too immersed in their own pain to go and fucking feel yours. If my heart wasn't broke, I'd have gladly healed yours. But this ain't real love, we are just children pretending to be grown. So maybe we can feel love, but this ain't that. It's delayed indifference, and I wish it was different, but it just...
Hello, friends! So, it's early in the year, and I'm looking through and planning out this fairly massive production schedule for my YouTube channel, Curiosity Cubed. And it dawns on me that I've been creating online content since 2005. Yes, long before there was any of the software that's around today. So I further realized that translates into like hundreds of courses and hundreds of hours of online content. So what I did is I looked through a lot of it, and I picked my top 10 most interesting, most fulfilling, most really cool courses / projects from the last 15 years. Enjoy.
Can we just skip to the end? I just want to feel again.
Number 1. Kalibrr was a hot, young startup company based in Manila that in 2013 was the first Filipino company actually to become part of San Francisco's Y Combinator program. I did a number of large projects for them, but this one was quite unique and extremely challenging. So we worked with CCAP, the Call Center Association of the Philippines, to come up with an online call simulation that could be used for testing. So spent some time with them going through the vision and scope. Had about 6 of the major BPOs in Manila to meet with us. We had a collaboration team that worked very closely with me on through this. In meeting with them, and already the work we had done with call centers in the couple of years previous, went through a lot of material, reverse engineered 3 or 4 call simulations that could hit on most of the skills. They had complete competency maps that I then had to look at the various tasks in the call sim to map with their skill map that you'll see shortly. Another quick piece I wanted to show you with this as part of the reverse engineering process, yes, it's a Word document, I'm going to scroll through it a bit, was we had to map the gathering the evidence. So this is what was done in our test on our LMS. And then this is the value based on the competency standards by CCAP and the evidence plan that they are looking for someone who can be a call center agent. So we had to take this and map it to all of the different components of what we did. So the call sim, that is this part here of the evidence gathering, right? Introduction to the scenario, answering the phone call, listening to the customer. These are all the pieces we did, and the different arrows, believe it or not, map to the evidence plan, and the evidence plan then maps to the competency standards. From that, I put together a PowerPoint demo for them to be able to understand it. Because this is done on a proprietary LMS, I can't actually show you that because it's from a number of years ago. However, what I do have here is a number of screenshots from this particular call simulation that we put into a PowerPoint that was sent back to CCAP, Call Center Association of the Philippines, who was the client here, for their collaboration team to look through as a final sign-off before we would actually publish this first part of the test. So these are actual screenshots. I'm going to walk you through how it worked. I worked with a group of amazing young engineers and developers who did this sort of to my spec so that we could take this reverse engineer. This is the first of a few call sims. This is fairly simple and is specifically about engaging with the customer and collecting information. So we're going to give them some context, who they work for, something about who the customer is, and then something about the product. The first situation here is that they're basically going to be given a ring and they have to answer. We're giving them the script because on some of this stuff we're just looking for their voice, their intonation, their pronunciation, etc. Now, up in the top right here of this screen, this is not what a participant would see. This was put in for the sake of the CCAP collaborators. Basically, this is the script so that when the student or participant test taker would push this button, they would hear a native speaker speak this and say this. And so she's giving her name and what the situation is. She's just trying to find out if her purchase went through. So based on what they heard, how are they going to answer? So now they're going to have to look at the little bit of the knowledge bank. They're going to be given a task, and so they are supposed to ask for the zip code and phone number to verify. Then they're going to click the little telephone or the microphone button here, and they're going to be able to record their voice. Then they're going to hear back, of course, my zip is this. However, we purposely made this number wrong. This is 0001 when the actual number is 0100 because we wanted to see how well the participant is listening to this situation. So they're going to listen, and is it correct or incorrect? Each of these obviously are given a grade, and then along with their voice response is also given another grade. So now they're going to ask for clarify it or more information. How are they going to do that? They're not given a script. They basically have to take it and develop it themselves. So can they construct the sentence and become audible? The customer is responding to this. The information is here. Now you are going to confirm that it's accurate, and how can they help again? She's now saying, when can I expect it? Did it go through? When can I expect it? That's what they're hearing. The participant is now reading this. They're having a bit of a script basically to tell them to hold on a sec while I check. And now here's sort of the killer piece of all this is they have this information here. And so they're being given a script. Thank you for holding. Say the customer's name. Now, we never wrote the customer's name down anywhere. It was only in one of the first slides when she said, "Hi, this is Karen, blah, blah, blah." And so were they able to remember the customer's name? So they need the customer's name and then give them an answer. So they have to construct the sentence or the response from scratch using and memory in order to get this information across. And then we're now going to go to the upsell. A lot of call centers are now doing an upsell. Here's what the special offer is. How can they work this into their upsell response? Not right now. Thank you for letting me know. I want to figure out how to use my Kindle first. Okay, fine. How is this person going to respond then to that? And that is the end of the first simulation. It's a little daunting, believe it or not. It's quite short, but it's one of many. Now, some of the other ones are getting into a little bit more complex product, and one actually has a very angry customer. I did the voice for that and was really angry, etc. And so it really shocked as we were testing these with different groups. It really shocked a lot of the people to hear this angry foreign voice and to see how they're going to get a hold of their emotions and respond to it. So these were, like I said, a number of call simulations that we worked with the industry association to reverse engineer this, and then I designed the flow of the content and then work with the engineers to design the LMS to make it work. We had them review it and get back to us. So this was the feedback loop that we went through. Then it was put into our own LMS delivery. Well, we did it too. First, it was put into storylines so that they can understand the flow while we were still upgrading our LMS, and then we put it into our LMS because Articulate wouldn't run very well in a developing country that has very slow or poor quality internet. And then CCAP signed off on it. One final quick piece I want to talk about in terms of the call sim is we actually had to develop yet another portal for those who are going to go in and grade these, because it would be done by call centers themselves or potentially by training institutions. So this is showing people how they would log in. And then I had to set up a series of grader training videos that would then be sent out so that people could go through and understand how to do it. or where even during grading, they could actually stop and go through and look at a video again to refresh. And this is the ultimate grading piece. So this would be the criteria. Remember I said it was color coded. This is the criteria from CCAP. These are some can-do statements based on the performance of what it should be, and these are the appropriate scores based on the performance.
Knowing damn well how bad it hurts to expose yourself. Someone's too immersed in their own pain to go and fucking feel yours. If my heart wasn't broke, I'd have gladly healed yours. But this ain't real love, we are just children pretending to be grown. So maybe we can feel love, but this ain't that. It's delayed indifference, and I wish it was different, but it